What is up, everybody, and welcome to Everything's Plastic. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Star Wars The Black Series, and this is the very cool, very awesome Old Master Darth Maul, which is the gaming greats based off of the Star Wars Battlefront 2 video game. So we'll start by getting a closer look at that packaging. Very nice packaging on this one. Not the biggest fan of the windowless packaging. When Hasbro finally gets rid of these, I'm not going to be too upset. Awesome image of Darth Maul on the side here. And on this side we have a picture of the figure, and it says that this one is exactly 6 inches, and it shows the accessory, and the only accessory is this double-bladed lightsaber. We have nothing on top, barcodes and all that good stuff on the bottom. On the back here we have a picture of the Darth Maul figure, and there is a quick little read up. If you guys want to give it a quick read, you can pause now. And as we can see on the bottom here, this is number 23 in the Gaming Greats Star Wars Battlefront 2 series. Not much else to see with packaging, so we'll be right back with Darth Maul outside the package. Alright everybody, we are back and we have Darth Maul, Old Master, outside of the package. For accessories, he comes with his hilt. You can have Darth Maul without his double-bladed lightsaber. And we have two of these lightsaber pieces as well. Be very careful, guys. I'm sure you guys already know, but these little pegs are super fragile, and this hilt is very flimsy, so be very careful when you actually port these in. Let's get a closer look at Maul. I gotta say, this is my favorite head sculpt from any Maul Black Series figure so far. The paint application on the face is pretty decent. It is a little bit messy in some places. Loving the horns. Loving the eyes. The eyes are fantastic, and look at that growl. Just evil smirk on his face here. I love it. And then we get down to the body. I like the full costume. This is actually my favorite release of Darth Maul. I do have all the other releases. This one is not actually mine. This is my buddy Nathan's. I actually had this one up, but because of the price at GameStop, I would not pull the trigger. It is way too expensive. But Nathan, being the big Star Wars fan that he is, definitely picked it up, and he was kind enough to let me do a review on it. So I really love his suit, and I think they did a great job on his arms as well. The tattoos are done nicely. His face is a tad bit darker than his arms, but overall they still look great. Now when we get down to the legs, these legs we've seen before, it is the same legs that they used on the Clone Wars Darth Maul. Just more of a gunmetal, more of a shiny appearance on the bottom part here, but the pants and all that stuff are the same. Just to give you guys a rough idea of what I'm saying here. So definitely a lot darker, a lot shinier than this version of Maul. Other than that, guys, not much else to say about the overall appearance of this one. This one looks fantastic. We got a closer look. Let's go over articulation. I can't stop looking at this guy. This one's fantastic. Alright, for his head, it goes back this far, forward this far. We do have a lot of side to side, and we get a full rotation all the way around. So we do have articulation in the neck as well, and that goes back and forth, and you do get some side to side out of that as well. For his shoulders, the shoulders go up this far. This little shoulder piece is a very soft plastic, so it doesn't hinder articulation at all. And it goes all the way around. This is a zipper piece connected to the arm. So when the arm goes around, this actually moves all the way around as well. There is a single jointed elbow, which you get pretty decent range of motion, a little more than 90 degrees. There's a swivel there as well, and for his wrists, both wrists go up, down, and all the way around. There appears to be a butterfly joint there as well, so you get a little bit of range of motion out of that. Can't really see what's going on behind his vest. So as you guys can see, it does appear to have a butterfly joint. So there is a ball joint at the waist that goes back this far, forward this far. Do get some to side, and a full rotation all the way around. There's no ab crunch or anything like that. We do get a decent range of motion out of the ball joint here above the waist. For his legs, come out to almost a complete split. Pretty good range of motion for the legs. Does go forward this far, pretty decent high kick. Goes back this far, little range of motion going back. And we do have a upper thigh cut and single jointed knees, which you pretty much get 90 degrees. And for his ankle, it goes back this far, forward this far, and you have that full rotation out of the rocker. Now, I didn't pick up on this at first. Quite a bit of marbling in the plastic. You can really notice it down towards the bottom part of his of his leg. Not too bad though, and the only other issue that I have with this one, this knee is kind of loose. This one here is not too bad, but this one here is kind of sloppy and loose when you're trying to get this one to stand up. Still is an awesome figure. If you do want to put the blades in his hilt, be very, very careful. What I do, kind of pinch on the top and gently, as you push in, kind of rotate it a little bit. I don't know why, but it helps. It goes in pretty decent, but at the same time, I really wouldn't want to force on or put any pressure on those little pegs. And for the other side, we'll do the same here. I'm so nervous. I'm nervous enough when it's my figure, but when it's someone else's, makes me super nervous. But yeah, there we have it. Just a tad bit flimsy. Not really liking the lightsaber, guys. Overall, this is probably the most disappointing part of it. I like the overall appearance of it, but this plastic is just way too soft. Give you guys a closer look at that. Awesome. For the Clone Wars, it actually came with this lightsaber, which is a lot stiffer plastic, and I'm not as nervous. This one kind of just ports together like so you can see quite a difference. For the life of me, I cannot find my Sith Apprentice one. It is in storage, I just can't find it. I spent almost 2 days kind of trying to track it down, trying to find it, but I can't find it. So we had to do a review without doing a comparison to this one. And we can see with the Archive Edition, this is the lightsaber that we get with that one. Then again, a lot thicker. Even the lightsaber blade, it's much thicker as well. So definitely the weakest part of this figure overall. If you're just putting it on your shelf and you're not really playing around with it, then this one's going to be quite fine. If you're buying these for your kids, probably going to break. Just a little warning here. Just to do a quick comparison, like we already did a partial comparison, but just to do another quick comparison, guys. Let's get these back here a little bit so you guys can see two of these side by side. I don't have this one taken out of the package, but we can do a side-by-side comparison to this one as well. I was going to take it out for this review, but the card is way too nice on this one. The only, just a tiny bit of damage there. And if you guys are unfamiliar with the channel, I'm a sucker for carded figures. So I couldn't break this one out of the package, out of its plastic prison, no matter how bad I really, really wanted to. Maybe someday I'll find another one with a damaged card. As far as I know, the top part is all new. As far as I know, the arms are new as well, and a head sculpt. If these are not new parts, let me know in the comments below. I don't know a whole lot about Black Series. I'm not that deep into Black Series. I do enjoy Star Wars. I'm very selective over my figures that I have, so let me know if this is not actually all new parts, with the exception of his lower body, obviously. If you want to put his lightsaber in his hands, I recommend doing it without these, without his blades in, but we can see how flimsy his hilt is, and I'm very, very nervous about breaking those little pegs off there. Nonetheless, it's in his hands. This is what he looks like with his double-bladed lightsaber in his hands. This one looks badass. Fantastic looking figure all the way around. Alright everybody, that pretty much wraps up our unboxing and figure review for the Star Wars Black Series Gaming Greats Darth Maul Old Master. Overall, I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. You can almost give it a 9.5. It's not a perfect 10 out of 10. Like I previously mentioned, I am not a fan of that lightsaber. I like the overall appearance. I do not like the flimsiness, and I do not like how thin the full lightsaber is. But when we get down to that head sculpt, man, that head sculpt is fantastic. The paint application on it's fantastic. The overall sculpt of it is great as well, and I'm loving the tattoos. Just the overall appearance of this one is fantastic. The articulation is pretty decent on this one as well. We do have single jointed elbows and single jointed knees, but they are pinless. So you guys know that I love my pinless joints. I think you can get enough articulation out of this one. I'm not going to harp on this one too much. As always, my friends, let me know what you think of my score of 9 out of 10. And if you had to rate this figure out of 10 based off of this review, what would you give it? If you liked the review, don't forget, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. As always, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Keep collecting, stay safe, go buy some toys.